Our molars are better suited to crushing food, and the long human digestive system is better suited to eating vegetables than the sharp teeth used to tear in the short intestines of carnivores. The habit of eating meat has been formed by humans since primitive times through hunting and later animal husbandry. Red meat has gradually been processed into many attractive-looking dishes. What if we only ate red meat? Does this increase the risk of cancer? Eating too much red meat can affect your memory. Assuming so, then this is what would happen if only red meat was eaten. It's not new for humans to want to eat mammals. In fact, the livestock industry produces over 50 million tons of buffalo and cow meat annually to supply the global dietary needs. Whether we're grilling in the backyard or buying fast food on the street, red meat is a staple in most of our meals. What happens if you are consuming such a high amount of protein every day? How would your body react? Okay, let's establish some rules about this diet. Let's just eat red meat. No cake, no vegetables, and only water to drink. If you order a burger, save the fried cheese and give your friends fries and don't think about adding salt. All your nutrients will come from meat protein. And let's make one thing clear. Note that meat comes from mammals. Despite what the commercials told you in the 90s, it's definitely not the other white meat. So go ahead and enjoy the bacon-wrapped steak. Just try not to let the meat burn as you cook. If you cook red meat at high heat, it can trigger the production of cancer-causing compounds. Burnt pieces may contain more cancer-causing chemicals than cancer-causing chemicals. To avoid the risk, use gentler cooking methods than grilling or direct grilling. And you'll have to be a little more selective when ordering if you want to stay healthy from a distance. Since the World Health Organization has classified processed red meat as carcinogenic, you may want to eliminate hot dogs. In 2019, research published in the International Journal of Epidemiology found that consuming more than 76 grams of processed or red meat per day increases the chance of developing colorectal cancer by 20%. If you want to maintain this red meat-only diet, it's best to eat free-range cows. So, stay away from the habit of using frozen foods and packaged meats. Fresh red meat contains vitamins like B12 that are not found in plants, and forget about buying expensive supplements for training. Bright red meat is also rich in creatine and carnitine, so you'll get nutrients that promote muscle and brain function. And grass-fed beef is even more nutritious than grain-fed beef, packed with heart-healthy omega-3s. But without any other sources of fiber in your diet, your body can start to go through some painful changes. Initially constipated, you feel severe abdominal pain. Eating only red meat will create a buildup of uric acid in your body and the formation of kidney stones. Drinking more water will reduce the chance of forming hard deposits that form salts and minerals. Another pretty obvious risk is that your chances of getting heart disease go up. The amount of cholesterol in your blood will rise to dangerously unhealthy levels, and plaque builds up on the walls of blood vessels, which can lead to a heart attack, even a stroke. A 2011 study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that men who ate more than 2 servings of red meat per day had a 28% higher risk of stroke than men who ate about 1/3 of the serving portion per day. Add that red meat, which produces a high amount of acid that is hard for your body to absorb, and you make a perfect incubator for illness. But this carnivorous lifestyle can help you lose weight, and eating lean meat will reduce your hunger and cravings may drop, so you eat less, possibly because you're bored of meat. Of course, your new items on the menu will be cheap. On average, regular beef will cost about $11 a kilo. That equates to organic beef, which costs about $17 a kilo. Eating well will cost you money. But it's not the biggest price you'll pay. With high levels of iron accumulation in your body, you can develop Alzheimer's disease, and by limiting your diet to red meat, you won't be getting the phytonutrients that help you fight the dark spots on the skin. You increase your chances of getting sick and more likely to get cancer that you could have prevented. But nutritional science isn't perfect or exact. It can take years to fully understand the consequences of a diet, so pay attention to what your body responds to. The biological field of the muscle cells of red meat is quite close to the biological field of the human body, also a red meat. When eating a lot of red meat, it means that the body receives the vibrations belonging to the red meat animal biological field, making the human biological field, also a type of red meat, to be resonant, changed. It will lead to the post-resonance biofield that changes the DNA structure. This, biologically and physically similar to close inbreeding in plants or inbreeding in animals, often degrades the breed or produces mutations and deformities. When the biological field around the red meat cell is resonant of the nearly homologous species, the DNA of each cell is damaged on a daily basis. If only one strand of DNA is damaged, the protein binds to damage at the pathways of the damage repair protein. Damaged DNA will duplicate before the damage is repaired. When the double strand breaks in the cell, the DNA is not repaired. Persistent damage can cause the cell to die, but it can also turn itself into a cancer cell. This is the reason why doctors advise people with cancer not to eat red meat. And if the above analysis is reasonable, then healthy people should also consider this issue.